Hello, Aquarius. This is a reading for the month of December for you. We're going to try to take a peek into which energies are moving through your life right now. Oh, I see the Queen of Wands here for you. Queen of Wands, I kind of associate that with Aquarius anyway. The Queen of Wands is magnetic, alluring. There's something about her that's like an old soul, but she's very attractive. That's the thing about her. Remember, there's no gender in the card, so this is not me telling you that you're a beautiful woman. I'm speaking to everybody here. I'm just referring to the card. There's something about you that's very magnetic. There's something about you that's very intriguing. Other people want to get to know you. I mean, this is true of Aquarius in general, right? Aquarians always stand out no matter where they go. This is your primary card, so this might be a time where you are meeting new people. So December might have you meeting new friends. It might have you venturing into a new organization. So people might be really noticing you right now for some reason. Okay, this card popped out of the deck. We've got the Five of Pentacles. So this could be worry. This could be worried about your finances, worried about your job. Maybe you just don't feel secure where you are. This might be actual disappointments. This might have been a relationship that fell apart. With Aquarius, when I think of this card, I really think more about emotions, because Aquarius is notoriously bad with their emotions. Unless you've got a ton of water in your astrological chart, it's likely that it's difficult for you to connect emotionally with people. And I notice that a lot of Aquarians have that problem, that they're much more comfortable hanging out with people in a kind of loose, casual setting, where there's something common that unites them. Some type of common cause, common goal, common interest, right? It's easy for Aquarians to be at like a convention, a horror convention, an anime convention, a gun convention, whatever it might be. It's easier for them to hang out in those kinds of spots versus having like an intimate, deep one-on-one encounter with somebody. But for a lot of Aquarians, they have an issue with that. And so I can see this as you being magnetic, but there's some sort of a problem here. You're worried about something. You're worried about the loss of something. This could be just an insecurity in your relationships, possibly with your emotions, like feeling emotionally disconnected from people, or feeling like your friends are abandoning you, or feeling like you're not sure where you stand in your job, right? There's something here where you don't feel comfortable. You don't feel like things are moving in the right direction. When cards jump out of the deck, I put that off to the side. I think of these as additional information. I don't put these as part of the primary spread. So let's get to that. We've got the Seven of Cups. Interesting. And we have the Ace of Wands. So really quickly, before I get to the last card, right off the bat, when I see the Seven of Cups and the Five of Pentacles, I am seeing something that looked like it was going to work out, that did not work out, that slipped through your fingers, or that you misjudged, you miscalculated. With the Cups, you always want to think about emotions, so you always want to think perhaps a relationship with somebody. But this might have been some dream that you had, that you might have gone for, and it failed. I always use writing as an example because I write. So just to provide an example, I would say, okay, well, you had a dream of becoming a writer. Maybe you got rejected, your piece didn't get published. And maybe this has happened time and time again. And now you're just feeling like, I don't know if this is what I'm meant to do. I don't know if this is ever going to work out. This dream, do I have to abandon it? Do I have to let go of it? So I see something here that has not worked out. Something that's very close to your heart. I do see a new beginning. There's an Ace of Wands here. Wands are fire. So it might be that you've been disappointed by your prospects lately, but you might be moving on relatively quickly, right? There might be something new that catches your interest that you start moving towards. With the Queen of Wands here in the primary energy, with you being this attractive and drawing in a bunch of energy, I can see there might be a period of lack, maybe missed opportunities or lack of opportunities, and that's suddenly changing, right? Suddenly people are noticing you and they're like, well, I can see you've got skills here and here. They're picking up on what it is that you have to offer. And maybe that leads to a new opportunity. It's difficult to tell if this opportunity is going to be related to what you've been wanting to do or what you've been planning in the recent past. But let's check out this final card. Ooh. Three of Hearts. Yeah, there's some type of wound here. The swords are associated with air signs. The swords being in the heart, and air signs are associated with thoughts, with the mind. With the swords in the heart here for an Aquarius reading, I would imagine that some of you are letting your thoughts hold you back. Some of you aren't connecting with your emotions properly. You can see with the Seven of Cups, cups are emotions. And here you're seeing fantasy. You're caught up kind of in illusion. You're not seeing things as they are. And so there's this disconnect here. And there's this antagonism between your thoughts and your heart. This suggests to me that a lot of you might have to do some emotional work. Some of you might have to go to therapy. Some of you might have to talk to somebody. You know, sometimes therapy isn't the best for Aquarius, though. I've dated people with Aquarius placements, and they did not like therapy. It didn't work for them because they're too cerebral, right? It's like they're in therapy, but they can't be present. They can't just unload their feelings. They're always thinking about what's being said, what they're saying, and how they're saying it, and how it's coming across, and therefore how it's being interpreted by the therapist. And so it's impossible sometimes for them to be present in the actual therapy session. So there might be some type of old wounds that get unearthed. So the question is, how do you do it? How do you heal yourself when you have emotional wounds? I keep saying this, but I have Mars in Aquarius. And so for me, it's always really helpful to have some type of project, to have something that I'm working on to quote unquote distract myself from my thoughts. And in engaging in that project, by being involved in some type of intellectual exercise, or even sometimes some hands-on exercise, that helps me process my emotions. So with this Ace of Wands, you see how the hand is taking hold of some type of passion, some type of desire, holding it in your hand and doing something with it. This might be an indication that this is what you need to do during this time. Maybe things have failed. Maybe some type of old project failed you. Maybe some type of situation just dissolved. I definitely see some indication that a lot of you had a failed relationship and you thought it was going to work out, but it didn't. And that hurts you. And maybe that's partly involved in unearthing some of these old emotional wounds, but it's also personal failures here that I'm seeing. Things that you've tried to do, maybe for yourself, that you had high hopes for, that just never materialized. And that wound is still there and still gonna be there, because those disappointments that you're experiencing, or that you have been experiencing, or that even you will experience, are so tied to a wound that you need to address that it can't be solved by one therapeutic session or throwing yourself into a single project. It's gonna be something you keep running up against. Now, the primary energy here is the Queen of Wands, which suggests to me that you do need other people, that other people are going to be important here. Other people are going to be necessary for you to untangle this sort of stuff, these hang-ups. This also could be as simple as somebody saying something that you just don't like to hear, that really wounds you. So to go back to the writing analogy, you get rejected over and over again, and then somebody tells you, man, your writing really sucks. Like, they just tell you straight up like that. That would hurt. Now, just apply that to whatever interest or whatever domain you're interested in. It could be that somebody says something to you that really just wounds you about whatever it is that you're doing. At the same time, though, you're attracting a lot of attention. So I'm seeing that there are new opportunities coming into your life because people are beginning to notice maybe the amount of work that you've put in. It could even be that a lot of your misfortunes, a lot of your disappointments are actually fueling you in such a way that as you keep going, you're actually going to be doing better work. Right? We learn more from our disappointments than from anything else. This is a very Aquarius spread. I see a lot of you being quite creative. I mean, this could be a lot of you engaging in artistic pursuits, a lot of you seeing the possibilities that other people don't see and trying to manifest those in actual reality. And you're trying to do that with just your drive alone. But that drive is not enough. You really do need other people here to help you out. And in the past, people have disappointed you. And so you may be unwilling to let people into your life. You might think, I'm better off alone. Because once I start including people into the stuff that I'm trying to get done, it just goes south. But there is an indication here that you're having to face the possibility that other people are going to be constantly involved in your affairs. Like I said, the Queen of Wands, she's attractive, but she's attractive despite herself, right? She's just herself. She just is who she is. She's naturally magnetic. She's really good at facilitating things. She's really good at connecting things, connecting people. And so even though some of you might have been disappointed with your partners in the past, business partners, romantic partners, whatever, the Queen of Wands might be trying to connect you with somebody that works well with you. Their energy harmonizes with you, right? I see you guys meeting somebody this December, but I don't see you letting them in. I see you closing yourself off. I see you tired of other people and tired of the disappointments. And you're up in your own head and you're thinking, I can do this on my own. And I like being by myself anyway. And some of you do have so many thoughts and so much inspiration. It looks like a lot of you are into a lot of different things, have a lot of different interests, have a lot of different hobbies. And so maybe you kind of are okay on your own, but the Queen of Wands is saying that's not what you need to be doing. You need to be open to other people. And you got to be careful. The Queen she's a powerful figure. So she can do this in your life, whether you like it or not. Let's see what's the possible outcome for Aquarius. The King of Pentacles. It looks like some of you are going to be remaining alone, but you are going to be cultivating something. You are going to be working on something that actually is going to bear fruit. It looks to me like you're remaining closed off and you're going to be kind of satisfied with what you've got. Look, the King of Pentacles is Taurus, okay? Taurus is good for long-lasting stability. Taurus builds things that last a long time. But the King of Pentacles, to me, there's something about him that's always quite lonely. He's good. He's in his own power. He doesn't need anybody else. But with this card, I never fail to notice the castles in the background. I don't know if you can see them. The whole thing feels overrun, like there's some upkeep that is due. He's alone. He can manage his money. He can manage his resources, and he can build things. But who's going to help with the general upkeep? Who's going to help run his kingdom? He's self-reliant, and he can build something long-lasting. But what good is that if there are cracks in the walls and it's being overrun with vines and there's dust that needs to be cleared away? You need somebody else. So here we've got the Three of Wands. The Three of Wands stands at a doorway. So you can think of the Pentacles, comfortable in his castle. And you can think of the Three of Wands here as a doorway. He's standing at the doorway to his castle. He's looking out and he's wondering, okay, but what now? What next? And this card is like you're waiting for something. You can see in the background here that there are ships on the ocean coming in from some foreign land. That's the way that I always think about it, right? Here he is on this peak, this lonesome peak, and all of a sudden there are ships coming in. Like, what are those? What's that about? So this is an interesting spread because clearly, okay, so here's what I see. You're magnetic, you're alluring. There's energies that want to come into your life. There are new people that want to come into your life. There's some sort of a disappointment in your past, or maybe that's still going on right now, that might be making you feel like things just aren't working out. It might even be making you feel closed off from all of these people that want to get to know you. But maybe you're putting some distance between yourself and the world. Maybe this is related to some type of dream that you had, some type of vision that you had for your life that didn't work out. It could just be related to a relationship that didn't work out. But there's something in your heart that's holding on, not necessarily to bitterness, but to insecurity or to a fear. It could be simply related to money, but I see it being related to people. Did some of you have the issue of social ostracization as a child? Because I see old wounds here that are affecting you somehow. I'm just giving you some ideas. I don't know what they are exactly. That's up to you, I think, to figure out. But there is a lot of creativity here. There's a lot of imagination. Some of you might even be more connected to your imaginal world than you are to the physical world. Because the physical world here, I see it as associated with nothing but darkness, with nothing but coldness, severity, disappointment, failure, rejection. And so why not keep your head up in the clouds, right? I see that a little bit in this spread. But you are moving on your own. There is an opportunity here. There might be something fun for you to engage in, a new project, a new hobby, a new passion. But all the while, this pain is still there. It's not going away. What is that pain? Can you pinpoint it in yourself? Do you know what it's from? Does it come from a recent disappointment? Or is there an overall image that you have of the world as a cold, dark place of pain? I don't know. I don't know what it is, but I do see a pain running consistently through your life that is unearthing itself, or that you're unearthing inadvertently through your actions, or that is just forcing itself up to the surface right now for you to face. And for the meantime, you're remaining alone. You're remaining okay. You're trying to build. You're trying to make something for yourself, whether this is you're just working your job, trying to make money, or whether this is you're trying to establish yourself, right? Maybe you're in college, university, maybe you're starting a business, whatever it might be. This is you doing it on your own, establishing yourself on this earthly realm on your own. And of course you're on your own because there's something here in your past or in your thoughts where the world just is this place of harm. And so you retreat into your own space. You want to build your own life for yourself, away from everything maybe, a more private space, but it's not enough. Or there's something in you that's a little dissatisfied or wondering, well, what do I do now? Even if I can manage this, even if I can have my own business and have my own place and work on my own and not have to worry about other people, even if I can just live this kind of shut-in lifestyle where I'm self-sufficient, where I can rely on myself, even if I can do this, well, what then? There is something coming in, and it's almost like you're slowly starting to let some new energy come into your life, right? We start off with the Queen of Wands. Halfway through, we get the Ace of Wands, some type of opportunity, some type of change, something new, some new encounter with somebody, some new interest, some new passion. And then we end with the Three of Wands. You've done the work. You've established something, but what now? And there's something coming in. Like I said, the Queen attracts new energy into your life. What is it that's coming in? Are you ready for it? Oh, it's an interesting spread. I want to get one more. Give us one more card for Aquarius. The Two of Swords. Interesting, because we have the Three of Swords here. The Two of Swords is kind of like not wanting to decide or being unable to decide. It's also a kind of indication that you have to rely on your intuition. So I see a period of darkness here for some of you, a period of uncertainty that can be, in your past, happening right now, or about to happen. And it's almost like you have to make a choice about something, but you don't really want to, or you don't feel like you can, or no matter what you choose, it's going to hurt. There's some pain that has to be attended to here. I don't see you attending to it. I see you trying to put it off. All right, Aquarius, that is what I have for you today. And now you have intrigued me. Now I want to know what's going on with you. If this resonated with you, please consider dropping a comment, because I would love to know what's going on with you, Aquarius. And if you got something out of this, consider liking the video. That way other people can find it and get something out of it as well. Or subscribe to the channel. That way maybe I can see you again and solve this issue together. And seriously though, good luck. This looks like a difficult time for a lot of you. So I'm wishing you the best. Enjoy the holiday seasons. I'll catch you guys next time.